It's your remote connection coach, the chief connection scientist, here to give you some tools to use social neuroscience to bond your connected team. So last week, we talked about paradigm shifts for team building on remote teams. And I gave you one big paradigm shift is moving away from ineffective games and shallow fun to moving toward evidence-based team building, evidence-based wellness. And today I want to give you some simple tricks to incorporate some of these neurotransmitter activating exercises in your team building efforts. First of all, what neurotransmitters are we talking about? Well, there's 4 key neurotransmitters. Endorphins and oxytocin are the 2 main social bonding neurotransmitters. There's also dopamine, which has to do with happiness, and serotonin, which has to do with mood regulation. But let's talk about the 2 social bonding neurotransmitters. So here are 5 ways to induce the release of social bonding neurotransmitters. Number 1 is through movement as a group. All right, there's a lot of research papers on this. What movement does is it not only induces endorphin release, but it also elevates people's energetic state. So when we're in a higher energy state, we can focus better. We can pay better attention. So when we get into a higher energy state, we can pay attention to one another and we can connect intentionally. The second piece is when we synchronize our movement, we actually release endorphins, and this has been shown to improve social bonds. Well, what can we do to amplify that? Number 2 is music. All right, they've done some studies on what humans enjoy. What activities do humans enjoy the most in their lifetimes? And listening to music in the moment is one of the most enjoyable experiences. So what music can do is it can bring us back to a memory, a past version of ourselves. It can induce nostalgia, or it can give us some permission to be a little lighthearted. Music is powerful, and it can facilitate the synchrony of movement that I'm talking about. All right, so number 3, how do we apply social neuroscience in a virtual team building context is laughter. Yes, laughter. So there's a lot of different ways we can get our group laughing together, but laughter is a powerful signal for trust and for relationship. In fact, it's hypothesized that a lot of laughter isn't actually a response to funniness or anything. It's just a sign, hey, I'm listening to you and I like you. That's what it's a sign of. So how do we induce laughter in a virtual team building context? Well, you can use music and playfulness exercises. You can play a funny video. You can have people put up baby photos on screen. There's a lot of ways to do it. Number 4 is deep empathetic attention. All right. Usually I create this in a storytelling context, but I'll put people into breakout rooms and I'll have people practice uninterrupted listening, okay? When we're seen with such intensity, with such non-distraction, it can induce oxytocin and we can feel closer to the person who's paying attention to us. So often our interactions are filled with distractions and filled with these glances, avoidance of eye contact, all that stuff destroys the quality of connection. Our final tool that we can use to induce these healthy neurotransmitters is gratitude. Yes, gratitude. When we recognize each other, when we express gratitude for each other, it gives us a massive dose of these healthy neurotransmitters. And it turns out, according to research, that receiving gratitude is a lot more powerful than giving gratitude. So giving gratitude, recognize it can be nourishing, but what's more nourishing and what increases social bonds more is receiving gratitude. All right, so what I do at the end of my sessions is I have people thank each other. I'll pause the event and I'll say, I want to create a space for people to recognize one another and thank each other in an unrehearsed way for something they did during this experience. Does anyone have any thank yous? And then they'll say, hey, thank you, Jan. Thank you, Jacques, for being a total weirdo. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we got 5. We got synchrony of movement, elevates the energy state and induces endorphin release. We got music to power that movement and to sometimes create laughter, which is number 3. Then we have 4, deep empathetic contact. And then number 5, gratitude. Gratitude. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you can apply one of these tools in your virtual team building efforts. Join my laboratory below. That's where 80% of my content lives. Only 20% you're getting on YouTube. Let's create a world where every remote leader has access to the best tools to spread the mental health benefits of human connection. Woo!